hair's so daggum straight it won't twist. Good Lord. I should have started for your hair. Your hair twists a whole lot easier. All right. So anyway, we're going to twist. If I pinch your hair, I'm so sorry. Okay. And we twist. Look what it starts to do. As you twist, see? There. So we've gone from long string DNA, gorgeous by the way, long string of DNA, to tightly coiled DNA. This is a chromosome. This is DNA. It's the same thing. It's just how much you twist it. That's the only difference. Thank you. Okay? So that DNA and chromosomes are the same thing. It's just a matter of how twisted they are.
All right, so what color are we coloring the chromosome?
We don't need to highlight it.
Huh?
We don't need to
Highlight.
it.
Yeah. So, and what color for the chromosome?
We got purple over here. We got pink over there. Let me see if we got a purple. We'll go pink on the next one. Purple? There should be. Oh, he has two. Oh, he's got two. Okay, well, he can donate to the cause. All right.
So we have a purple chromosome and and so chromosomes are tightly coiled DNA. All right, so can somebody tell me, another chance for some candy, can somebody tell me what the 4 bases are in DNA? Anybody? Somebody? So I'll start you out. So one of the bases, oh, we got a winner. So what's one of the bases?
C to G.
Yeah, good job. So cysteine to thymine. So does somebody else know what the other 2 bases are? A to what?
T.
A to T, good job. So that's adenine to thymine.
When you color, whatever color you colored, the chromosome right there on your paper, you see that X looking thing? That's a chromosome. So you'll color it purple too, because that's a chromosome. And then you get to do a neat trick.
What's the trick?
I'm gonna show you, Miss Blue. Or Miss Blue's gonna show you.
All right.
Because we know that chromosomes are tightly coiled DNA, then we also know that the little ribbon that starts coming out of that right there, that chromosome, that's gonna be purple because it's DNA. So you just color the sides of that ribbon all the way to show that it's DNA. Okay? Because chromosomes are DNA. And that's the point. Whatever color you colored your chromosome, then that also is that the sides of that DNA ladder to help you remember that all chromosomes are is twisted up DNA. There is no difference. Okay? Not really. There's some extra pieces they add, but really they just twist it up.
All right. And real quick, what color are we coloring our bases? DNA bases. What color?
Orange.
Orange. All right.
That's the one color you don't have a lot of. It's that little short stubby underneath your laptop. Or I tell you what,
Oh.
here. Let me see. Here's red orange. I'll have to do.
That'll work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and make sure you color your bases.
Now, one of the questions on your test that you missed because I forgot to tell you first, very sorry, is that the genetic code is that sequence of bases. The order of the A, the T, the G, and the C, that's your genetic code. That spells everything about you. So, DNA itself right there in that box. Okay?
All right, so that is made up of sections called genes.
So go ahead and color that nitrogen-based color that you used. If it was orange or red orange or whatever you used, color that DNA the same color. So you remember, it's the order of those bases that makes up the genetic code. That's how DNA is the blueprint for life. That's how DNA says what proteins are going to be made and when. It's that order of the nitrogen bases in DNA.
And so the really cool thing, because I love DNA, I love talking about it. The really cool thing about DNA, chromosomes, genes, they are very small, so you have to see them under the microscope. But these teeny tiny components are what makes you you. All of you, out of those teeny tiny components. All right, so the next thing we're going to talk about genes. So this is the precise sequence. Oh, can you see? Huh?
You have to scroll this.
Okay. All right, precise sequence of nucleotides. Bases which code for a specific protein.
And we never did get the pink that we promised.
Oh,
So I'll get the pink here. There it is.
all right. So we're gonna color gene pink and make sure you color the box pink also.
So when we say sequence, what we mean is the exact order, okay? The order that those bases are in is a gene. All right?
All right, so the next thing we're going to talk about is amino acids, proteins. All right, so can somebody tell me anything about a protein? There's Candy on the line.
Look at the pictures in your notes. Look at the pictures. Why did she mention amino acid first? Look at the pictures. What do you see? What are proteins made out of? What do you see?
Amino acids.
Yes. Proteins are made of amino acids. So the gene itself is going to code for the exact order of those amino acids. That's what it does.
Right. And so proteins are used to build cells. And do much of the work.
So
And-
it says proteins do much of the work inside cells, right? All right. What's Trumpy?
Enzyme.
Trumpy's an enzyme. What are enzymes made out of?
So,
Protein. That's how proteins do much of the work inside cells, because enzymes are proteins. And you know that enzymes are how we say, okay, it's time to make this. Oh, stop making that, right? That's the whole job of proteins.
What do we highlight?
Yes, I will highlight. So actually, if you go under gene, I'm gonna also highlight in that box as well.
Okay, so what she highlighted is that it's a sequence that codes for a protein. That's what a gene is. It's a sequence of nucleotides that codes for a protein. And then you now know, because Trumpy, that proteins are going to build cells and do work. Okay, that's what they're going to do. And then what color you want for protein?
Oh no, we're talking about Trumpy. I say orange.
Oh, orange it is.
All right.
We did already use orange. We could use red orange, or we could use yellow orange. We got those. Miss Blue's got yellow orange. You may use yellow orange. All right. Miss Blue, here's plain orange, Miss Blue. They have one.
Yep.
All right. And it's okay that we've got similar colors between gene and protein because genes code for how to make those proteins. So it would make sense that they would be similar. Okay? It's the order of those nitrogen bases, which is a gene, that codes for the protein, and that's how work gets done in a cell. And then we also know proteins are made by what? Made with, excuse me,
Amino acid.
amino acids.
Good job. So, the amino acids link together so bipeptide bonds to form the proteins.
So if you look at your diagram over there and you've got your little blocks, which are going to get hooked together to make your protein. Do you see the string in between each block? That string is the peptide bond. So what color do you want to color amino acids? Blue? All right. So, that means you color the word amino acid blue, you color the box around amino acid blue, and you color each block blue.
All right, so somebody take a wild guess from me. So, let's 10 through to 20. So how many different amino acids do we have?
Do you remember?
Just take a wild guess.
19?
Close.
Yeah. It's
20. Good job. Candy for you.
Remember back in the day when they were trying to figure out what the genetic code was, right? And they're like, well, is it nitrogen bases or is it proteins? Because there's 20 amino acids to make a protein, but there's only 4 nitrogen bases to make DNA. So that's why they had all that argument about what's the genetic code. Turns out, even though there's only 4 nitrogen bases, that's your genetic code, not proteins. But proteins are made out of amino acids, which are coded for by DNA.
All right, and so let me do a little bit of highlighting. So under amino acids, we're gonna highlight linked bonds.
What kind of bond? What kind of bond, y'all?
Peptide.
Peptide. Make sure you highlight peptide too, because you gotta remember, it's not just any bond, it's peptide bond.
All right, and how many different amino acids? 20.
So that's
Good.
what you highlight, there's 20.
Just
Just 20.
All right, so we're gonna go over to proteins, and we've already highlighted that. So it builds cells to work, to do the work.
Is that all?
No, there's one more page.
All right. And